So, can I get everyone's attention? Just before we start the meeting, we're going to go ahead and do the general assistance public hearing. So it should just take a couple minutes. Basically what it is that each year we have to have approving of the income maximums and the food maximums, housing and stuff for general assistance. So basically that is what needs to be approved by the board this evening. And if anyone has anything that they would like to ask about it, there will be information available, but it's just the standard every year, just what the minimums are allowed, maximums that are allowed for general assistance for the town. So, is there any discussion on that from anyone? Okay, so the board has what they need for that. As far as the, are you guys good with seeing what's there?
Did you sign this year?
So these are the two that need to be signed. Just accepting them. So currently, general assistance for the town is done on Tuesdays, and they can come in and do that by an appointment. They can call the town office, make an appointment, fill out information, and we're doing it 8 to 12 on Tuesdays currently, unless there's something emergency comes up, but you can call the town office to make that appointment. Well, we need to close out last meeting. That didn't get done. So you had a motion on the floor to close the last meeting, and I'll second that motion.
You mean last night's meeting?
No, the last meeting that we were all, you and I were in attendance without them. That meeting didn't get closed.
So what is the motion?
You made the motion. You made a motion to adjourn. And it was a
So
second.
you're seconding it now?
Yes.
All those in favor? Now we're ready?
All right.
We'll call the meeting to order at 5:33. And we will move Article 11 up to the top of the list. Appointment of a chair for the Board of Selectmen. I move to nominate Matthew Cole
I
as
second
chairman.
that.
All those in favor? Opposed? Congratulations.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you. So I'm going to run down through the agenda.
You're
All right.
This is all yours.
All right. We have to accept the minutes of the previous selectmen's meeting. I wasn't sitting on the board for that, so I'm going to vow to not take vote in that because I wasn't part of that deal. But
Where there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pages here. Why don't we, have you read them?
I have not.
Why don't we,
Table it?
yeah, let's table
We'll
it.
table I move to table the acceptance of the minutes to the next meeting.
I'll second.
Motion has been moved and seconded. Is all in favor? That's taken care of. Well, that's your job.
Yep. So Article 3 is resolving to authorize $39,015 for the school revolving renovation fund finance. I remember in the minutes from the last meeting, we were waiting for Mr. Butler there to find out what that was about and bring that back. Did you?
So this was, the town voted on this this summer, and basically, it's a $39,000 grant, $39,000, $15 grant, $27,310 of it is forgiven. That leaves the balance of the $11,000 that we need a loan, that will be a loan. We just need to select people to sign the warrant so we can get that done. So this has already been approved by the town, and we've had to extend it,
So is that on the school side of the house or the town side of the house?
So, well, the town, the school can't borrow money. It's going to be paid for out of the school budget.
Okay.
Yeah. We just would rather extend that, through payments than the old lump sum out of our budget this year.
And the purpose of the money was to,
I don't remember. Donna?
It was for the security of the school. We put security in the school with swipe pads and all that, so,
also keep card access and all
Yes.
that?
yes.
The second thing you asked me to report back on was the school sign.
Yeah.
Okay. If the town wishes to advertise its town business on the school sign, it's not a problem. My suggestion would be to reach out to Lori Christie and work out the logistics of that.
Wow.
Then we have one sign and people won't be doing this when they're driving home. So probably not a good idea. But
Very nice.
yep.
Appreciate that.
Yep. Okay.
So as far as,
I've already signed it.
okay,
I'll go and sign it.
okay. Do you need all 3 signatures for that, or?
Yes, I'll have them in the superintendent's office, as you can see, there's a lot of spaces that need to be signed.
Okay.
And Tom, we do need your signature on it again as well. They revised it.
Okay,
to include
no
that.
problem.
I'll be in tomorrow. All right, moving on. Article 4, steering committee appointments. I know I haven't seen any appointments or anything yet. I'd like to take a look at them.
I've got some of the applicants here.
I don't believe I've ever seen the applications myself.
And they were in your packet last time. The only thing is what was determined is that we each pick 2, and then we unanimously pick 1. And we don't have enough, we need more applicants to do that. So we kind of have to probably table that until we can get more applicants.
And this was the committee for setting up the bylaws and, okay.
Lewis could explain that a little better if you would like an explanation.
Yeah, where's Louis? Louis.
So when things were up in the air so much, there was no direction in the office at all. We thought a committee that would, first of all, try to find or get a charter in place, and second of all, set up a set of bylaws that we would all live by, that would have to be approved at town meeting at the end, but a group of citizens at large who would put those things together. So I'm amazed you didn't get 7 applications.
So what I'm understanding is we each picked 2, so there's 6.
So that was the idea. Each of you would pick 2,
Yeah.
and 3 of you would pick 1 that you all agreed on.
Yeah.
That might not be as important now as it was then, but that was the idea. And the assumption was you'd pick the 1 that you could all agree on first, just to make sure. So,
Yeah. And we don't have enough.
We don't
we
have
don't
enough
have-
to do
We
that.
need 7.
We have enough to pick
And how many do we have?
6.
6. We need 1 more.
You don't have these, Tom?
I don't have those, no.
Because you had them in our packet last
Yeah,
time.
I actually have not received them.
I don't have. So do we want to, does somebody want to volunteer off the floor?
Well,
Or?
they can fill out an application.
Okay, so we should
There's an application that they can fill out.
Okay.
Steering committee application.
So do we want to put that, do we want to table that till we get enough applicants, or for next
Well,
meeting?
I think
or-
we could table it another month, but I think it's important
Oh,
to get it
I
implemented.
agree, yeah. Yeah. So any volunteers want to move forward? What's that? Yes,
Where would you fill out an application at? Is it the town office? Who has the application?
I would assume so.
I'm
Or-
not for certain.
I think-
Louis, did you fill one out?
I did, but I have my own, they were supposed to be at the town office.
Okay.
We brought them in there.
But I think Vicki has them.
Yes, they were brought into the town office and gotten there, but I don't have a copy of it, a blank.
So there's probably 7 if you find them.
What's that?
There's probably 7 in there if you find them.
No, we're talking about the blank applications. They
Yeah.
brought them in, and I think Vicki has them, so what we'll do is come up with another,
Unless Mr. Cussy has a blank,
Yeah.
you
you
can
can email.
email us and, yep,
I don't think I have it on my phone, but I can email them.
okay, and that way we can print some off, and
Yep.
anybody that wants to do, come on in and fill one out.
Is there going to be a time limit for acceptance of that?
Next meeting?
There was last time.
Well,
Want to set up a time limit for, have it ready for, hopefully we'll have another volunteer by next meeting, and then we can
If we're
implement
tabling
it?
it till the next meeting, we gotta extend the time
Okay.
limit.
we'll have them maybe a little bit before, so that we can all get them and
Oh.
read them and decide.
Oh, I see.
I'll make them available for 2 weeks.
Okay. The application be available for 2 weeks for somebody to come in and fill one out, or 2 or 3 or 4 people, whoever wants to step up. And then we'll have them for 2 weeks. That way it'll give us 2 weeks to look at it before the meeting to pick for the next. And then I'm assuming we're gonna come in ready to vote on that. So we'll have our decisions made and then come in and, okay. All right, so we'll table that till next meeting. Road Commissioners report. How we doing, Paul?
Sand, plowing, and working on that patch box to try to get it ready. The parts are just starting to come in for it. That's about it. Huh?
You don't need anything?
Mm,
Sign more money?
No. No, nothing right at the moment.
Did the rain do havoc with the road anywhere?
What's that?
Did the rain wash out any of the roads anywhere?
Didn't wash any roads, but it, well, a little bit on the schedule road, but there was some flooding, but it went down by 11 o'clock last night. After I cleaned the screens out, it's just full of debris, leaves.
The culverts are flooding on the, thank you for being proactive with that, Paul, really. Any question, any discussion on that? Good, all right, let's move along. Town administrative report.
That's on the Trio government upgrade to the computer system, and she's on here, she had that.
Okay. We'll have to table that. Our administrator's not here to discuss that part with us.
Make a motion to table it.
I make a motion to table that. All in favor? Okay, motion carries. Public comment. Go ahead, Lorraine.
Thank you, Mayor. First, congratulations for
Thank
being
you.
here and being a chair.
Thank you.
My question to the selectmen is for the 8th time. I am wondering what the status of the town audit for 2022 is.
I spoke with Giselle, and Nancy was in here, I believe it was last week, and did some more research, looking for some more documents. And I called Giselle on Monday, maybe Tuesday, and she said Nancy's out for a couple days. When Nancy comes back in, she'll update her, but we still aren't done.
So do you have a time frame?
We better have a time frame. I don't have a time frame, but we're working with them as far as, I mean, there's documents that she's requesting that we're kind of at a standstill right now.
Do we know what they're looking for?
She didn't specifically say because Giselle is the boss and Nancy came in to do the actual audit. And she told me that they were looking for some reconciliations, they were looking for some invoices, they looked over some warrant articles. They take a warrant article from each month and they spot so many items and check it against the statements and against the checks. It's just a lot of homework. So they got a lot of that done, but there's still more to do, and she's looking for the documents. She didn't specifically say any document because it's Nancy's project. But that's where we're at.
So my next question then to you as selectman is, how will that affect our this year's audit?
Well, behind the eight ball, we haven't got last year's done yet, so it'll be a scramble.
Obviously, there's work that needs to be done.
But it isn't because of anything currently with the employees here that it's not done, right?
Well, providing documentation and looking for documentation and all that is, yeah.
They've been looking for stuff, I think, and they're having a hard
Did they
time.
not find it?
Don't know.
Don't know.
Haven't been-
Vicky be the one to answer that. She's not here tonight, but if there's stuff missing, we're gonna have to find it and get it in, so that'd be cleared up.
Right. Because it wasn't an audit that she was part of, because she wasn't working here at that time.
Not in 20, well, this is for last year. But she'll be responsible for everything going forward for this
Absolutely.
year's audit. And that's due here at the end of next month, January 31st. So, like I said, I'm new stepping in here. Whatever's missing needs to be found and brought to the table.
What happens if it isn't found? What if it's
I don't know.
not-
That's a question to be asked. I don't know what happens. And that's been everybody's big concern with the audit is where are we at? Where's this leak? What road are we going down with this? And if, I don't know what they do. Would you know, Tom, what they do if they don't find?
I've never been in this situation in my life, no.
I don't know.
Felch is very qualified.
Oh, absolutely.
They'll help us through that, so
Absolutely.
we'll figure it out.
But we get some work to do coming up here by the end of next month that has to be laid out for this year's audit. And, like I said, it is concerning. It's very concerning that the numbers aren't, you know, we're here at the end of another year and we don't really know what has transpired at the end of last year. And we're gonna find out. So,
One more question about the audit. Could it be an agenda item for the selectmen's meeting on a regular basis so that you can report out what the status is? Okay, thank you.
what do you think about that? And that was an audit update agenda item.
No problem with that. I
Yeah.
think people should be asking
Yeah.
questions and they should have us
Yeah.
answers.
Thank you.
Okay. Who's next? Yes, Ethan.
Been in the town office a couple times here within the last couple week and a half. I recognize that Bridget has been very successful in providing me with some information. Within the last couple days, I recognize that she's been by herself. Is there anything in the sense of setting out for the employees within the office as far as a 90-day period or any time frame with missed time? Is the employee that's currently out being paid for the time that she is to be off?
I don't think we can discuss her when she's not here.
No, as far as the personnel stuff, I'm assuming we're not allowed to discuss personnel stuff.
We can give you a copy of a personnel policy that you can take a look at.
That would be helpful, yeah.
People have requested a personnel policy, so.
I don't know if that 100%
Answers
answers your
anything.
question, but that's about all we're allowed to say on personnel stuff. That's a fine line. And
Yeah.
we can make sure that's, it's hard rolling through without the extra help, but
Right, well, just thinking about the timeline on the audit and all that good stuff for this coming year, and obviously, kind of leaves a short window there, you know what I mean? A lot of pressure on one person.
Yep.
anybody else? Go ahead.
Each on the agenda, executive sessions abatements. Are those all poverty abatements? Do we know that?
had a discussion, so.
Yeah, this is my
They are
first one.
not. They are not.
I think we need to take a hard look at Title I.
We've never done abatements in executive session in the 14 years previous to this year. I don't know why we started.
I think you might need to take a good look.
Yes,
Yeah,
I agree.
that's normal abatements.
They are normal
business.
abatements. That
They
is
are.
correct.
Anybody else? All right, we'll move along to the next. Public question and answer. I'd like to make a note on this whole scenario. Public comment, public question and answer. It's almost, prior to this, it was always just a public comment line. And the citizens could come in, open forum, they could ask a question, selectmen would answer them under the public comment line. And then here, earlier on this spring, I remember questioning when we weren't allowed to get answers on the public comment end of it, and then they come up with the public question and answer side. I'm just making a suggestion, maybe we ought to mainstream these two lines into one, instead of having the two lines.